Thank you for coming today. So, this is where I study, purelandschool.com. And today I only have one question from one of my students, which is the story of Buddhism. But first, I want to analyze these 3 sentences or sayings that people have, common people from society. So the first would be, you reap what you sow. So from the point of view of the law of cause and effect, what do you think? You reap what you sow. Like, you get what you do. Makes sense, right? Like I have been explaining in the previous videos, your deeds create your fate. So if you do good deeds, good things will happen to you. And if you do bad deeds, bad things will happen to you. So you reap what you sow. It makes sense. It goes in accordance to the law of cause and effect. And here, violence creates more violence. What do you think about this? Yeah, also, right? If you, just like the way you do bad deeds and then bad things will happen to you. If you have, let's say, 2 families or 2 bands, 2 teams, and they are hurting each other, there will always be grudges and violence, because, oh, you did this to my friend, so I'm going to do this to you, and then this person has another friend, and it goes on, and it has no end. So violence creates more violence. It goes in accordance with the law of cause and effect, especially with bad deeds brings, they bring bad effects. So yeah. And then, sow love and love you will get. Well, maybe this is a translation from a Spanish saying. So I don't know if you use this in English so much, but it would be the same, but the opposite, right? Like, you do good deeds, good things will happen to you. So yeah, also all of these 3, they go in accordance with the law of cause and effect. So now, about the story of Buddhism. 2,600 years ago, there was someone named Siddhartha Gautama. Okay? And this person was very moved about this world, like how things happen and why. He was asking himself, why do we have to suffer so much? Why do we have to die? Where do people go when they die? Why do we get sick? Why do we get older? Why does it have to be like this? And he was so concerned about this. Usually people, they just accept that and they live their lives. But he was like, no, there's gotta be a purpose in life. There's gotta be something more. So he was a prince, and he left the castle to find the answer to this question. And after 6 years of hard practices, he attained perfect enlightenment. This is also called the enlightenment of a Buddha. And this is very hard to do. So since that day, he was, from that time on, he was no longer called Siddhartha Gautama. He was called Shakyamuni Buddha. So this is the same person, but at this point when he was 35, he was already a Buddha. So when I talk about Shakyamuni Buddha, I'm talking about Siddhartha Gautama, who attained perfect enlightenment. That means he had access to all the wisdom of the universe. So he could explain things that we cannot see or we don't understand. So all of these teachings that he left us are from the point he attained perfect enlightenment when he was 35 years old until he died at the age of 80. So that gives us 45 years of teachings. So with these teachings or learning Buddhism, that it doesn't mean we have to read all of the sutras. A sutra is a sermon because he would teach us through sermons, and these sermons were transcribed into paper, right? In Sanskrit, the language of that time was Sanskrit, and then translated perfectly into Chinese, and from China to Japan, and so the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha are the answer to the purpose of life. Exactly. That's a question we all have, I think. What are we supposed to do here? Right? Is there a purpose in life? Is there no purpose? So Buddhism teaches that there is a purpose, and we are to fulfill this purpose while we are still alive. And this is also called the answer to why we live. And I'm here to teach you this answer. Of course, there will be things we have to learn in the way before we can really understand this. And also, it's very important to answer your questions. So anytime, just ask me, and on the next video, I will answer your questions. Okay? Of course, if you want to learn faster, you can always go here, pureleschool.com, and just ask for a teacher to reach you. So yes, these 45 years of teachings are also more than 7,000 sutras or 7,000 sermons. So imagine if you read one a day, it would take you more than 20 years. And even if you read one a day or two, the meaning is so deep, and there are so many technical words, or let's say Buddhist terms, to be more specific, that you will need a Buddhist teacher to explain this to you. So I would recommend to find a true master, a true Buddhist teacher like I found, and learn from him or from her. So yeah, if you really wanted to learn like right away, just go here or ask me. I also know a bunch of stuff. Of course, I have my master, and my master has his master, and so on. But yeah, the answer to why we live is not that hard to answer if you wanted to know right away. But I'm going to explain little by little in these videos until you can have this answer for yourself. So this is briefly the story of Buddhism. Thank you so much. See you next time.